everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And the Miami Dolphins. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
Now Cousins, escaping the pressure right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards the pickup there. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Cousins, they'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. To throw is Cousins. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Darren Lee. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Cousins now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
And now here comes Kansas City. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position. And I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league. But the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Cousins looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this is caught by Watkins. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a play fake here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Off the play fake. Cousins. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On the ground, this is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it with Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play. They'll hold him to no gain.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone's talking about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On play action, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Starting lineup time for the offense What about Dwayne Brown, my friend?
Remember when we were kids and you wanted to make sure you had the big guy next to you all the time because you needed a bodyguard? That's Dwayne Brown at left tackle. He protects his quarterback so well as provides great access in the running game.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And it's caught by Parker. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Darren Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw, it's Mahomes, and he checks this one down to Williams. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Cousins now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Well, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Back to it after the pick six. Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line.
They've got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play there for the Dolphins. 41 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins to throw it. Caught by Wilson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. As his guys are in for 6, and the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right?
Touchdown, Dolphins. Jason Sanders for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 10-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Damian Williams making his way back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up. Now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver?
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Josh Malone, as the first half is winding down, and the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mahomes going to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37th. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Going deep here for Watkins. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They're going to be stopped up on his first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jerome Baker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs it. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Cousins. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. First and 10, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll throw again. Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend
all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Davian Williams, 93 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in a touchdown. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
I know, he's easy.
Bus formation, bus formation.
Throwing on second down. Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Williams. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Completes it to Hardman. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right in the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And Butker able to put this one through. And that will tie things at 17 all. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field.
And the Miami Dolphins are into the end zone. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Sanders now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. What an explosive kickoff return from the 2 all the way to the end zone. A 98-yard return for 6. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back now in Miami. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them. This is fielded at the goal line.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch there. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Butker on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touch. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. The Chiefs on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Watkins, the intended receiver. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert it? Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes completes that one to Watkins, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw, and with a flag down, he goes down.
Offense.
So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. No problem for the Steelers. They have opened that lead up a bit further. A win, if they can get it, would be their first on the year. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
This is fielded at the goal line. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, the wins have been hard to come by, but they get one here to move to 4-11 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I do my wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's time. Ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out.
Since I blew, they out on my hey, back then, didn't know I was it. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my 50. Ex-sleep then.